Hey everybody, welcome back to another Nerd Enthusiast Poker Podcast edition. Make sure you please check out our sponsor, theslotsquad.com. They have all the legal sign-up bonuses in all the legal states right now for all the casinos. New Jersey, Michigan, Pennsylvania, I think West Virginia's in there now. Every month it feels like a new state's joining in. It's a live stream team. I'm on there some nights. You can go check it out, theslotsquad.com. Please go there, and if you're going to sign up for a casino, make sure you check them out because they have great bonuses. So make sure that you take advantage of all that free money that's out there before you go sign up for a casino. So theslotsquad.com, go check them out. So also in preparation now for going out to Vegas, I've been trying to up my study game. I've been playing online, but I'm also trying to up my study game. So I usually buy a new book. So we have a live unboxing for you today. Hold on.
Now, you said it, but while you're unboxing, why don't you tell people about your most recent achievement?
We'll say that for another episode.
All right.
We'll save it for another episode.
And he made a deep run in an online event.
We'll save it. All right, so fresh out the box. I just opened it right now. First, you guys get to see it first. This is the hardback cover of Secrets of Professional Tournament Poker, the Essential Guide by none other by the man Jonathan Little, published by D&B. So this is, I'll read you from the back. So originally, if you've ever read Secrets of Professional Tournament Poker, which we've talked about before, came out in 2011, 2012. They were like super popular. But basically, over the last decade, poker has evolved. So this book here is basically an updated version of Volume 1 and 2 for today's game. So I thought this would be a perfect way to kind of go back, go over a lot of the fundamentals of the stuff to get ready for live events. It says, this book will give readers a thorough understanding of everything they need to know about playing tournaments. Obviously, they talk a little about Jonathan Little and, who he is. And, basically there's a million books out there. But I thought this was pretty cool. I got it. It cost me, I think, how much I pay for this? I don't even know. It doesn't even say on here. I think it was $30.
Check on the back of right here.
40. It was 40 for the hardcover. I like getting the hardcovers.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, when I can get the hardcovers.
Yeah, hardcovers hold up better.
Yeah, I like the feel of them. So anyway, it's got, let's see how many pages we got in here. Not including the, 462 pages.
Damn.
So this will keep me busy for the next month or two. I'm going to just be reading it sporadically, try to get through it. Oh, it's got this little, look at this little fancy thing.
I don't know what that's called, but it's like a bookmark.
Yeah, but it must have a name.
It has a special name. I don't know what it is.
It comes with a little fancy ribbon, John. But anyway, so let me just give you a little...
Reminds me of the game.
The game. That's a whole nother podcast series.
The game.
All right, so I'm going to read you just a couple of sections here. So they have broken down, there's obviously chapters in between these sections, but section 1's how do tournaments work. That's basically the fundamentals, but I will read through that again because it does have stuff about effective stack sizing, pot odds, implied odds. It's good to go over that and just keep those numbers fresh in your head to make sure that you're, going over that stuff thoroughly.
Especially, I mean, you can keep going, but especially if you're not a live tournament player, because if you're used to playing like strictly online, all that is done for you. I won't say pot odds, but like big blinds, like you can change your settings around to show how many big blinds you have in relation to the blinds and antes. You can look at the big blinds of the other players at the table. You always know stack sizes. Like when you're live, it's real difficult to calculate like what this guy has or girl has, and when they're making bets or shoving all in, like
you got to do that right.
You got to do it right away.
Yeah. Section 2 is playing deep stack. Now this is 50 big blinds plus. There's a little introduction before the flop, post-flop concepts, after the flop, turn, river, etc., and miscellaneous strategic topics.
Look at all,
There's a lot of good topics here. Section 3, playing mid-stack, 27 to 50 big blinds. What you have to do between 27 and 35, 35 and 50. Section 4 is playing short stacked, anything under 27 big blinds, and then it breaks down from there to 5 to 15 big blinds. Section 5 of this book is the late stages.
If you're lucky to get there.
Yeah. Once in a blue moon.
Which I haven't.
Section 6 is hand examples. So he goes over some different hand scenarios. Section 7 is other considerations considering study groups and the mental approach, which I think is, we've talked about that before on here. Tells practical tips for tournament play in the end, and then it kind of ends with going pro, and then it gets into the acknowledgments there in the beginning. But I'm looking forward to this. It's a little bit of a refresher course for me, but like an updated version. So when I saw that, I was like, dude, that's the perfect book to get me ready for Vegas.
It's like a Bible.
So first off, and to throw this out there, we're not paid to say this. I paid for this book out of my pocket. We weren't sponsored by this. So I will give you maybe a review down the road, what I think. I'll try to do some highlights in here. But yeah, so we just got this fresh in the mail.
We talked about, I did the blog post. We talked about it before, the top 5 books. Jonathan Little's books always receive a lot of acknowledgement from us. We've read them multiple times. And again, we're not getting paid. Jonathan Little's not our friend. I mean, he's not telling us like, hey, go get my shit and spread it around out there.
If Jonathan Little, if you want to pay us, we'll say
and
whatever
if you
you
want
want.
to send us some books, sure, go ahead. But
we'll do it.
like I said, I mean, the guy obviously knows what he's talking about. He has millions of dollars in tournament earnings. Like, he's still on the circuit, and that's something to be said about a guy who's been around for, I would say now over 10 years.
No, more than that,
But
man.
I'm saying like since we've really started to kind of like hone in on shit.
Yeah.
And that's rare nowadays. I mean, you still have like the well-named pros like, Negreanu and Helmuth, but there was guys that we remember from back in the day that were, big names 15 years ago who have since blown their role and they no longer play poker.
Listen, here's the thing. It's like, with the whole tournament side of things, anyone can get lucky like once or twice, and learning how to play over a lifetime is where it's at,
Yeah.
It's anyone can, get lucky and just hit that one big tournament. They got a big roll, so now they can just fire off bullets. So they hit another tournament, and people are like, whoa, this dude must be nice. And then 4 years later, you're like, whatever happened to that dude?
I think what I'm getting at is like he does the work and he can actually show how to still play poker and still have like a life because he's got kids, he's got a wife. Like, look,
that's the book you need to write, Jonathan Little. How I have kids and a wife and still play poker professionally.
But you know what I mean? Like,
no, it's
like
true.
he's pretty much stood the test of time, and that's why like I give him credit, and I'll be more apt to buy his books and read about the things that he does compared to like some luck box who spiked the tournament and is like, oh, I'm gonna write a book now.
Yeah.